Game highlights, Hot Coals versus Lions. February 7, 2012, we got the Hot Coals and the Lions facing off for the second time this season. First game was so entertaining. We had the Hot Coals winning the game in overtime by 3 points, narrowly escaping Christian Fuller's game-tying 3 at the buzzer. As we get this thing started, we got the Lions looking for their first win of the season, still hunting. And we got the Hot Coals trying not to get on a 3-game slide as they'd lost 2 in a row already. Here's Deshaun Johnson dribbling to the lane, avoiding the shot blocker, throwing it nice and high off the glass for 2, giving the Hot Coals a 4-0 lead in the early going. But then it's Makai Jones grabbing the offensive rebound and putting it back in. And then it's Deshaun Johnson trying to answer back on the other end with a beautiful ducking layup, getting it over the hands of the shot blocker, nice and high off that glass and into the basket. It's 6-2 Lions, and already they got to call timeout, not liking what they see. Coach Struggle, Coach Darko want to talk it over. They're looking for some kind of spark, something out of their team. So we got Coach Primo, we got Coach Ravez. These are 2 of the best coaches we have in this league, pleading with their team to keep the pressure up. But it's looking like Darko is just trying to set up a play for his team. Darko going through the playbook and telling everybody where he wants them. Let's see if these Lions can execute the play that he's setting up for them. As they're down 6-2 in the early going, let's see what they draw up out of the timeout. Perfectly executed play. It's Prasad getting a 3-point shot right at their timeout. Now that is some great coaching, great execution from his players. But the Hot Coals shooting guard Tristan Fuller is not to be outshined. He's second in the league in scoring, and he shows you why right there with a beautiful floater in the lane for 2. Then it's McCox with a nice little hook shot in the post, getting his little post game going on and using his height to that advantage. Mark grabbing the rebound, fighting for that ball, getting it out to Trey Wollaston, who goes up for the beautiful runner. Banks that thing off the glass as he falls down and watches it go through the bucket. By Trey Wollaston puts the Lions up for the first time in the game as they lead 8-10. But here is where the game starts to get away from the Hot Coals mentally. After the bucket, Deshaun Johnson thinks his coach called a timeout. He starts walking towards his coach with the ball without dribbling. That's called a travel. There was no whistle blown. The timeout was never granted. So after that careless turnover, the Hot Coals find themselves down by 4 points at the half, trailing the Lions 12-8. Now what's interesting to see is even after the halftime break, the Hot Coals still don't have their heads in the game mentally. They give up an easy layup on the other end simply because they didn't realize the ball was in play after the ref blew the whistle twice, nor did they know which way they were going. Now, you can see here Deshaun Johnson trying to direct his team which way to go. Looks like no one's paying attention to him, and it's a lack of communication on the Hot Coals end. In turn, they give up a wide open, easy layup. On the very next play, you see Christian Fuller getting in there, getting the steal, hearing his big brother's footsteps behind him, not scared at all, converting the 2, putting his team up by 8 points, 16-8. Timeout Hot Coals as their frustration begins to boil over. You see Deshaun Johnson arguing with the referee, Coach Primo coming over to argue with the referee about the same halftime call as claiming his team wasn't ready. Then you see from the left of your screen, Coach Waves come in here and argue with the referee. You see 2 coaches and a player. That's it. The referee's had it. He throws the technical on both coaches, and we have ourselves an intense ball game here. Makai Jones goes on to make 1 of 2 of the technical free throws, putting his team up 17-8 and capping off a 15-2 run. But it's the Hot Coals turning that frustration into motivation as Deshaun Johnson buries fading runner down the lane in the very next play. And then it's Tristan Fuller trying to continue to put his team on his back, dribbling from one end of the court to another with a step back 3-pointer over Trey Wollaston and company. But it's Trey never to be outdone, showing why he got today's player of the game, grabbing the rebound and going back up for 2. One of the shortest people on the court getting in there and getting that rebound. But it's Tristan Fuller splitting the D and carrying them to within 2 points. But once again, it's the mental lapses from the Hot Coals that get to them again. They don't realize the ball's in play. They don't know if they're on defense or offense. They don't know which way they're going. And once again, it's like a replay from halftime. And that's the game right there, guys. The Hot Coals go on to lose their third straight game, looking to bounce back next week as they have a back-to-back. As the Lions got their first meal of the season, their first taste of victory, and they're loving it, as they feel that they should have got this victory from the first time they played the Hot Coals. Final score, Lions 22, Hot Coals 17.